robotic toys. Appealing to girls. If you grew up in the late 2000s like me, then you could not escape these toys. In commercials, toy catalogs, the evening news. Hi, I'm Pretty Nia, and we're gonna take a drive down memory lane. But don't worry, I brought some snacks for the road. So, let's get going. I'm sure you've heard of a phenomenon called My Little Pony. Released by Hasbro in 1984, colorful brushable ponies graced the toy shelves and TV, taking the world by storm. When I was little, I grew up with G3, and I was addicted. Ponies littered my house. My Webkins was named Pinkie Pie with a Y, because I didn't know any better. I still have quite a few survivors of my collection, but one pony I will always remember that I used to have. Baby Sunshine. She blinked. She sat up. She was really heavy for 3-year-old me. And most importantly, she creeped my parents out. All of the toys in this video creep my parents out, which is a consequence of their actions. When I was growing up, most of my childhood, we were in
absolute no pets family.
But then my sister begged, and our pet family was established when I was in high school. So, what do you do when your irresponsible child wants a dog? Fur Real Friends launched in 2002 as a joint venture between Hasbro and Tiger Electronics, who also made Furbies. It debuted with a cat and only grew in animals since then. I remember wanting Butterscotch so bad, but no. I got Lulu, my loving kitty. I was at that begging for a robot animal stage because I already knew no real pets. And for my birthday, my parents got me this orange and white version with a bonus baby. It was loud and huge, and the fur was very coarse. But I still tried to walk it around the house. Did I mention she also had a battery rupture after a while? Yeah, that traumatized me. Now, animals are great and all, but it's time to talk about the big one. Oh ho ho, you need to be a nurturer too. Baby Alive, another Hasbro property, although it was the earliest creation date of 1973 by Kenner, which, if you didn't know, was bought and absorbed into Hasbro, who relaunched the modern version of the brand in 2006. It takes everything that kids want in a baby doll, including the things they think they want but terrified their parents.
You really did!
I received the 2009 rendition of Real Surprises Baby. This toy was the most interactive of the bunch, so I have the most memories playing with it and begging my parents for refill packs so she wouldn't go hungry. Because with how real she felt, I felt like the worst mom ever. But I loved her squishy face. But don't even get me started on the Furbies. Furbies, another creation of Tiger Electronics that made it into Hasbro's grubby little hands. They've had it all, from being called demonic, getting fought over in the toy aisles, and multiple eras of reincarnation. And spin-offs we don't talk about. So, I had the Furby Boom one. You know, the blue one with waves that hatched eggs on your iPad and pooped in your iPad. Yeah, that was a benefit of these. They didn't poop. Only, they didn't have an off switch either. I don't think it was until the Furby Connect they really had a true way to turn them off without turning them back on. The modern iteration is, something. I have to admit, they are kind of cute, but not exactly what I'm interested in. There's one last toy I want to talk about. One that I was particularly fond over, but it had a slightly short-lived run. Fidget Friends. They were a collaboration between Mattel and Girltech. You know, the people who made that password journal over and over again. They released with a wave of 4 characters, and these characters could chat with you, joke, or dance. And they had a voice recognition software, so it was kind of like a 3-way choice. I had Willa, this purple one, but I had a special variant of her where she was like pink and faded. It was the ombre. and I really loved her so much. And by short-lived, I mean they only came out with 2 waves before dropping off the face of the earth. All these robot toys had one problem. They were too heavy. I feel like if child me could carry them, I would have had a fond time and call them my favorite toy. But it was heavy as a child, just like the real thing. And weirdly, the sounds sometimes bothered me. All these quirks, though, are part of what made these 2000s robot dolls special and memorable. And the poop. My mom got rid of the baby alive the first chance she could. You really think I can bring a digital pet into this house without tipping off my dogs? Of course I can! I got a Tamagotchi now! Thanks for watching, and if you like, please subscribe. Alright, peace out peeps! We're going shopping!